Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
Living La Vida Loca.
That's true.
It's true. It is true. Yeah.
I just got a horrifying notification. My calendar was like, "Hey, just so you know, you should do your taxes today." And I was like, "This is not that. Read the room. Yeah. I'm busy right now.
I got stuff going on. Okay, relax.
I'm working right now.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Jeez,
I'm aware. Welcome to Into the Twilight.
Yo.
Here, it's never been a better time to have a Twilight adjacent podcast. The news is feeding us.
Up. Yeah.
We're here.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been more grateful for our news alerts right now.
Oh my god, yeah.
They're feeding us in ways that I anticipated, and also some stuff this week that I would have never bet on. I think things have been shocking.
Yeah. But
alas, we're here. We'll cover it all for you. Don't even stress about it.
Yeah, don't even worry about a thing.
Hey, for an hour, don't worry about a thing.
Yeah.
Put your worries aside.
We here for you.
How are you?
I'm here. I'm living. We are spiritually aligned in our happy things this week. We are both in the YouTube space, which is fun and exciting. I wanted to bring a little bit of old, a little bit of new, okay? A little bit of a,
Bring me back to my roots here.
Back to our roots and also into the future, which is beautiful. And that is a video that love of my life, Dawn, from Drag Race, season 16. My girl. She's been doing a YouTube channel for like a couple months now, and it's been very fun. She's also been streaming on Twitch, like in full drag sometimes. Yeah. It's incredibly fun. And she's been doing like YouTube videos, and it has come to a true apex, a true passing of the torch.
Oh my God.
This week, in which she did a video with Grace and Mamrie from OG.
Yeah, what do you know about Grace and Mamrie?
Yeah, we were there. But it's really cute because she like puts Mamrie in drag, and then Grace is just like on the sideline with a microphone, like interviewing or being like, "Hey guys, how's it going? Like, how you guys doing?" And Dawn is like obsessed with them. She's like, I got famous on Drag Race. I wanted to meet you guys. Like, you guys raised me.
Very like, you won Drag Race. What are you going to do? Go to Disney World and
literally
then also meet Grace and Mamrie. That's so real.
Yeah. She's like, you were my white whale. I wanted to, and it's so good. It's such a delightful little group of people all together.
This is such an intersection of all of my interests in one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my God. Seeing Grace pop up on my TikTok feels like kismet, because I have been watching her online for like since fucking dial-up, dude.
Yeah, right.
Like
it's like y'all remember my damn channel? Come on now.
No, literally, like now. What do you know? What do you know about like the CEO of like Rob Barnett? Like, I've been there and seeing it. Is like, I remember watching her when I was like going into high school, and it's like, now I'm 30. Like, Grace, right. You've been there the whole time. So it's so nice to see creators who have lived through multiple social media and persisted in different ways, and not needing to be like capital F famous.
Yeah.
But they're just good at shit. Like, they can just make it work. I feel the same way about Fran. Like, I follow Francesca on all social media still. And it's like, same thing. I've been following you since the dawn of time.
Right.
Like, you just have the it factor to persist. Yeah. So to see this is like, I've known Grace and Mamrie for forever. Mm-hmm. It's so wild. I love
it's so wild. And it's just like, it's beautiful because they're always down to clown. They're like, oh, people remember us? Let's go. Like, we can do stuff. And also, Grace's hair, amazing. She's like,
her post-cancer hair.
Yeah, for real.
It's
wild.
The fact that they're like, people still know me. Like, Grace, I've been here since Hey USA. Like, shut up.
Right.
Yeah. I went to your meetup at VidCon. Like, shut up, Grace.
you have an army behind you, Grace. Come on.
Oh my God. I love it. This is perfect. And I also love that Grace never goes into drag. She's just a fucking NASCAR commentator on the side.
Yeah, literally. Just like, so what's going on? What are you guys doing? What's the step?
Do you need snacks? Are you good?
Right. I'm just chilling. I'm here. It's so good. Oh. So this is my truth. It's a delightful video, worth every minute. How are you doing, my friend?
Oh man, I feel old and reminiscing. Like, okay, Grandma.
Yeah, you feel the weight of your bones.
No, for real. I'm good. I had to bring something today that just genuinely brought me joy. So I'm gonna talk about fucking musical theater. All right, sue me.
Yeah, sue me.
Sue me. Okay. Yeah. I got this in my personal email. Which is that the Zero to Hero performance from Hercules on the West End was released on YouTube, and it made me sob from happiness.
Yeah.
It won because Hercules is going onto the West End. Mm-hmm. First of all, whoa. Very excited and also envious of folks that are going to see that this summer. Mm-hmm. But being able to see the muses perform Zero to Hero is so exciting and makes me very, like, my inner child very happy to see. Because it is so beautifully well done. Yeah. I have seen some people, some haters, complaining about the tempo of this. And I just want to remind people how theater typically works is that you do 8 shows a week.
Right.
And if you did the actual tempo of this in the movie, that would drain you. That would be impossible to sustain. So let's just think about that for a second. And also, it's perfect. So why are you complaining?
Right. Also, it's the best thing I've ever heard in my life. So
exactly.
What's wrong with you?
So if you're going to complain about it, then do it yourself. How about that? It was great. I was grinning ear to ear watching it because everyone that I know that likes Hercules has been like, oh my gosh, who's going to do the live action? Mm-hmm. That's been a common conversation from the jump. And so to get to see it for real, it was beautiful and perfect, and it made me very excited. And I loved it, and it was great.
Hell yeah.
So enjoy it. If you are in that area and you get to go see it in June, let me know how it goes and let me live vicariously through you.
Hell yeah.
I just love theater, okay? Sue me.
Right. Is that a crime? Is that a crime?
And if it is, then lock me up, all right?
Yeah. I'm not afraid. I'll do my time. I'll serve.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. That's fine with me. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with celebrating beautiful women with beautiful voices. That's okay. I'll do it. I cannot believe the amount of great news that we have today.
So much news.
Where do you even want to start?
I mean,
do you want to start with yours?
Yeah, not me being in the current events. Hello.
Not you.
Not me. Yeah, sure.
Can you tell me how it was?
Folks, I saw Mickey 17, okay? And now it's currently out in theaters. So for folks that do see movies in the theaters, I, recommend you go see it because it's not going to make a lot of money. But it's fun. It's a fun time at the movies. It's a good time at the movies.
Yay. How was it?
I had a great time. I was, like, I kind of knew what to expect, because we had, and I read the book, and we saw the trailers, and it seemed like this is Bong Joon-ho's, like, blank check, goofy, big swing, just, like, doing shit to do shit kind of movie. Like, very Okja, very Snowpiercer, like, those kind of the movies that he makes, like, his, like, English language kind of films that are just a little goofy, a little rambunctious, a little silly.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's real fun.
Oh.
Rob, in particular, like, he's doing some slapstick physical comedy in this that is truly, and, like, paired with his gaggle of insane voices that he dons for this motion picture, is beautiful. He's just doing anything out there on these streets, and it's wonderful to watch. The way he contorts his body in just so many ways. It's beautiful.
I'm so excited. Yeah. All of the things that I've heard folks say is that it is a great time. Yeah. And that makes me immensely excited to be able to see it.
We take for granted how many times we get, like, big, capital B, big movies, Yeah. Just the expansiveness of it. Just being like, wow, I'm here, This is a universe. This is a place, And this is very that. And it's very goofy. It's very fun. It's also very sweet, romantic, one could say.
Ooh.
There's a lot going on here, and I had a good time.
Amen. We love the movies.
We love the movies. I'm
so excited. Thank you, Rob. Rob.
Thank you again for your service.
As friend of the show, Super Yucky has said, Rob has been saying things.
Yeah.
Lately.
Fork found in kitchen. Rob says something wild on a press storage.
Right. There is a piece here from Variety. Thank you, Zach Sharf, for this. The title of this piece being Robert Pattinson, quote, can't watch horror movies anymore, unquote, fell asleep with knives after one scared him. Quote, I kept thinking someone was breaking in.
Uh-huh.
So,
I don't think we give Suki enough credit for loving and really tolerating the most buck wild man in the world, right? Like, I think she's a saint. And I'm sure they match their freak for sure. But
yeah, just
imagine, like, coming home and you're like, oh yeah, had a long day doing my tour or whatever I'm doing out here. And my man's is in bed with a knife just by his face, sleeping. And it's like, hey man, what? Hey, what are you doing here with a knife? Please don't kill me. What's going on?
I want to judge this. I can't. I can't judge this. This is the most relatable thing Rob's ever said.
Mm-hmm.
Does that say a lot about me? Yeah. But
sure.
I get it. I think that what he says here, like, leading up to this, is something I've heard a lot about people who become parents, is that he used to really fuck with horror movies, and then becoming a parent, he was like, I actually can't do this anymore. This has become too real. Which is probably a bummer, because their horror movies, unfortunately, there's a real resurgence of that right now. So that's a bummer.
Yeah. Right.
But I agree. Sorry, Suki, that you come home and what is probably a squirrel, Rob says, he's just sitting on his sofa with 2 kitchen knives, falling asleep with them, being like, I'll fuck up anybody. I'll do anything. And Suki's like, hello?
Like, I just want to sleep in my bed without knives in it.
Yeah, I want to judge him for this. This makes a lot of sense to me, unfortunately, so I can't blame him.
Hey, it is what it is.
Do I think that there are other safer ways?
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Have I watched horror movies before where I've wanted to respond this way? Yeah. Yeah, I have. Sure. I've also watched a couple Criminal Minds episodes before where I've wanted to respond this way, so I get it.
Yeah, totally.
This is also just my natural proclivity. So I get it, Rob. But ups to Suki for being immensely patient.
Yeah.
I feel immensely proud of you and your patience. Yeah. And I also agree that she's probably matching freak always and forever. Mm-hmm. Hey, speaking of matching freak.
Oh my God.
So you sent me this.
This fucking unemployment convention.
You sent me this Hot Ones, and it's not a Hot Ones original. It's one of their fuck-ass verses that they do. Right. I would have never in my life thought that Paul and Ian would be on Hot Ones in the year of our Lord 2025, but here we are.
Like, why are they here? You know, like, no shade, but like, why the fuck are they here?
I have no fucking idea. Someone in the Hot Ones listens to our podcast and was like, we're gonna do you a real fucking solid.
Like, I mean, obviously they're not busy, so they could.
No.
But like, this is so unserious. And like, Ian's in this fuck ass hat, as per usual.
Can't.
He's on his cowboy shit, whatever.
I can't with these two. The amount of lore drops in this like 12-minute video was unreal. And I appreciate you doing the Lord's work for me so I could skip the first 2 minutes because we're the assholes who are like, no spoilers. And the show this show's been off the air for like 7 years.
Right. I'm trying to protect my peace, my heart, okay? I know I'm late, but
I essentially navigate this fucking landmine every week going on AO3 trying to be like, what is someone's ship and what is the real truth? Who's to say? These two do have a lot of chemistry.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Why did I find out in this that Ian also runs a pizza parlor?
Yeah, like what? This man somehow has 80 jobs and 0 jobs, right? And that's a wild dynamic to have.
This just confirms for me what I already knew, which is that him and his wife, love of my life, don't actually run a farm. Because how do you have 2 full-time businesses and then also run a homestead? When a homestead is a full-time, I would argue more than a full-time job. Farmers work themselves to death often.
Yeah.
There's no way. Either the brothers bond and the pizza parlor are money laundering, which they could be. They could be.
Sure. Yeah.
But like, pick a struggle, my guy.
Yeah. God.
I don't know. Also, did you know, because I didn't, that Paul is like fully leaned in, maybe he always has been, he's fully leaned into his like Polish identity.
Yeah, no, the fact that he was like, well, I'm Polish, baby, every 5 seconds in it, which like, obviously he's very, he's the type, absolutely.
Right.
But this whole time being like, and also like his name, both of them talking about their names was wild information to me.
I did not know. I mean, obviously, like, celebrities it's not their real name. That's a thing, right?
Right, for sure.
I just did not know that aspect of Paul's identity, that he is, like, capital P Polish, that's...
Yeah, like, that's thing. Proper. I was like...
And love that for you, but I was just like, whoa, this is a big component of this Hot Ones.
Yeah.
The little toe, the pinky toe line did get me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was unfortunately real. So I did appreciate that. It was fine. It was fine. I just have no idea why right now. Because they're not really promoting anything new.
Right.
That's all. Not a bad thing. I just have questions.
Yeah. I'm like, it was fun, I guess, but also...
Yeah.
For why?
For why. That's all. That's all.
Yeah. I do love that they're still so competitive, though. It's been like 800 years, and it's like, y'all, what's going on? Okay.
You can tell that they have consistently been working together for so long because the chewing bit, they were trying to make it a joke, but it was not a joke.
Right. It's like, that's actually fucked up. You can't.
I don't want to talk about this episode.
Yeah. Let's just call it. You know what I mean? Let's back it up. I'm good.
Yeah, I think if we could, we can just spin a wheel and talk about something else instead. It's been a while since we talked about Animal Crossing. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we just started a new island right now. Bye, dude. Instead of doing any of this.
Yeah. I mean, we could just watch an episode of Jeopardy or something. That'd be nice.
Gosh. Listen, there's a lot of fucked up things that happen in this episode, but what I'm so perturbed by is the fact that nobody wants to let Caroline run a fucking goddamn event. Everyone's getting in her goddamn way.
Caroline is a multifaceted person. Yes. I'm not saying that, but there is one thing that Caroline has been from the jump, which is that she is a boss-ass bitch.
Yeah.
Why is everyone around her who clearly knows that trying to prevent her from doing her job?
Right. She's giving people binders. She's running this, like, the goddamn Navy, okay?
Right.
And she's just like, guys, listen, I know fucked up shit happens to us all the time. I need just one day. A couple hours, even. I don't even need a full day. I just need things to be fucking normal for a second. So I can just have my last swan song of Miss Mystic Falls and pass off my crown, my torch, to the next lucky lady. And then we're good, okay? Can everyone just fucking behave? And the answer is no, because all these people are idiots. Don't respect her and her job.
It's so nasty that there are a lot of other important plots that happen in this, but the most frustrating one is that Caroline is not allowed to run the Mystic Falls event of the week here.
Yeah.
And equally as frustrating, where the fuck is Bonnie?
Dude, I'm getting scared.
Why?
Okay, I'm missing persons report. Where the fuck is our girl?
Why do we hear... I think there are two different lines that we hear where Bonnie is supposedly, like, not able to be pulled away from doing, like, magic prep to help out with the pageant. But where is she, though?
Yeah.
Is she okay? Because obviously Shane can't be trusted. So is she alive?
Right.
I'm pissed.
I don't love seeing more of creepy professor than I am seeing of Bonnie. Excuse me. Don't love
why? That. And I'm willing to be wrong about this, but why am I getting Haley? I got minutes, plural, of Haley.
Yeah.
And I didn't get Bonnie.
Yeah.
Why?
Hello?
I don't understand. I'm done. I'm so pissed.
So fucked up.
I will say one of the redeeming components of this episode is how aggressively 2012 it was.
Yeah, the needle drops alone.
The needle drops, Caroline's peplum jacket at the start, Elena's fucking fishtail braid during the pageant itself. I felt so transported. And it was beautiful. The only thing that was missing was the makeup did look too good on all of the pageant girls. There was not enough of the Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse for my liking. But I do understand this is television, so I will set that aside.
Yeah.
That is my compliment. Otherwise, I was in pain. This episode was painful.
Yeah.
Complimentary, but still painful.
I hate it here.
Speaking of Caroline, though, she did have some moments this episode that made me happy. I'm not going to talk about Klaus yet because I'm fucking pissed. But her and Stefan cleaning out is...
Oh my god.
It's been a while, and I enjoy it immensely.
I missed it. They need to fucking realize they're on the same side here.
I agree. It's starting off with Stefan doing push-ups in the forest, being like, I'm not depressed. And she's like, okay.
Like, I'm taking this breakup really well. And she's like, you are spiraling. So.
I don't have time to deal with this because, again, I'm managing like 16 different things right now. But you need to get your shit together and get to this pageant.
Right. I'm allotting 5 minutes of my busy schedule to just get your head out of your own asshole. But then I gotta go. So, make it quick, buddy.
Getting it bookended too, getting their conversation at the end where Stefan is just downing this full glass of, or this full bottle of liquor.
Yeah.
And they're doing red string. It's been a while since we've had these two together. And I very much appreciate their friendship. It makes me happy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I know that we don't often get a lot of time where they would be able to queen out together, but I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would like more of it, if at all possible. Stefan did piss me off this episode, though. So he is on my shit list.
Yeah, he's being a baby bitch, absolutely.
I don't understand his logic ever, but especially, I mean, he's crashing out.
Yeah, for sure.
He's crashing out this episode, and I don't understand his logic of like, well, I'm only going to focus on finding this cure. That's the only thing I can think of right now. And so obviously the best way to do that is to push Jeremy to the brink.
It's like, oh yeah, the closest thing possible that Elena has in her life still, that she is afraid of losing every day because he's a hunter now. Cool. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You are...
Don't piss me off.
I'm gonna fucking kill you, Stefan. You annoyed the shit out of me. You were very upset about breaking up with the love of your life, who you are now dead set on finding a cure for, to turn her back to being human, because you can't love her the way that she is right now. Though we find out later that that's not she might
entirely your fault. Yeah.
Yeah. But you think that it's appropriate to just lure Jeremy to this cave, take blood out of him, and then make him kill this murderer?
I love, too, the way that he defends it. He's like, listen, I talked to him, and he said he killed a guy, and also he only regretted getting caught. So he's, like, categorically a bad dude, so we could do that, right? Like, that's totally fine. It's like, why? We can't add morals and ethics into this, because then we're just creating infinite trolley problems of nonsense. Like, this cannot be how we justify it.
The Edward Cullen logic of this stuff
totally
is a lot. And it's like... Jeremy, again, having a really bad day.
Yeah.
Because he's having the Connor crash out of like, uh-oh, this is happening really fast if I want to kill vampires. Which is not great because my sister's a vampire. I love this too because Elena's like, I would never kill you. And it's like, Miss Ma'am, remember yesterday when you stabbed your brother in the neck?
Right. It's like, ooh.
So that's not great. His nightmare, though, at the start of this, very scary.
Real scary, yeah.
Did not like that. Especially because he woke up and he had all of those stakes by him. And I mean wooden stakes, not like fucking Looney Tune meat steaks. Though that would also be funny.
Yeah.
Be scary for a different reason. So he's having a hard day of realizing nightmares come with the responsibility of being able to grab kegs out of trucks.
Yeah.
So that sucks. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
It seems like, though, by the end of the episode, he's gonna be fine with having a dudes only house.
It's like guy stuff. Me and my boy Matt, we chilling. Also, just like that whole part where it's like, you know, where he's pushed to his limit with Elena and stuff, and Matt's in the doorway, like,
Dude.
being useless, right? Because he's just like, hey man, hey, looks like you're gonna kill your sister. Can I suggest you don't do that? Because I think you're gonna wake up and regret it. And she's the only love that you have. So please don't do that. And he's just like so far away and being like, I'm a human, please don't kill your sister. It's okay. And Stefan just like barrels in and be like, you are fucking stupid. Like, do something, shove him away. Like, what are you doing?
Matt talked a lot this episode.
Yeah, he did a lot of yapping.
And I don't. I'm not exactly a fan of it. I understand that he supposedly has a purpose.
Right. Sure, at some point. in
the sense of he's trying to. I mean, he had to be there for April, so thanks for fucking doing the blue steel and then stepping up to be April's escort. So that was nice of you.
Yeah.
But he's supposedly like the fucking Jiminy Cricket to Jeremy right now.
Right.
And I'm just kind of over it because you're one of the only remaining humans in Mystic Falls right now. Yeah. And you don't have a ring. So when you get got, you're done, my guy. Right.
So let's be smart, huh? How about we try a little bit here?
I'm done is the thing. I'm just, because the way that I read the end of this episode is Stefan is not going to stay at Caroline's because I don't think that Liz will allow that to happen.
Yeah.
I think the way that I read it was that fucking Stefan is going to go over to Matt and Jer's and it's just going to be a dudes only party house there. And that's
a little bro house.
That house is going to smell rancid so fast.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it so bad. It's just this fucking, they're all doing musical chairs and I get it, but it's also absurd. Yeah. So sure, I guess. I want to know the writer's logic for a couple of things. Specifically, though, why are we giving ammunition to the Caroline and Klaus shippers?
Yeah.
I knew this was coming, so I had prepared myself.
Right.
What I was not fully equipped for was there is chemistry between these actors.
Yeah.
There is not chemistry between the characters.
Right.
And I can imagine that the age of audience who watched this then struggled to differentiate between the two.
Yeah.
Which is fair. That's
sure.
I get it. But that sucks.
Yeah.
Especially that moment when fucking Klaus was dangling her application from last year. And Caroline was like
dogging on her grammar.
Yeah.
Her vocabulary.
And it's supposed to be a cute moment where Tyler is being jealous.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's a lot of ammo. It's a lot of ammo for this audience, my guys.
Ugh, it's just nasty work. And him being like, well, I was promised a date, so you do kind of owe me one, and it should be right now at your fucking event. She's like, can I just get one goddamn thing done without someone fucking pissing me off? Jeez Louise.
These are two objectively pretty people.
Yeah.
These are two pretty actors who have chemistry with each other because they're good at their job.
Right.
But these characters do not have anything in common.
Yeah.
Caroline just is not at a point yet where she doesn't know how to fall for people that are good for her. Because she hasn't had time to focus on herself yet.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It is hard to see this happen, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. How did you feel about all of the Tyler Haley stuff this episode?
I don't love it. Some sick, nasty shit is going on with Haley. I don't
The
like.
bones.
Yeah.
Kim's bones.
Yeah. Like, and the whole thing of being like, listen, bitch. You know, like, this whole, like, whatever's going on with the hybrids, and, like, this sort of, like, and I guess the logic kind of makes sense, but it's nasty, of being like, well, the true way to break the sire is, like, if you no longer have anything to feel grateful or indebted to Klaus for, right? And so by that logic, they're like, okay, word. So if you no longer feel the pain associated with turning once a month, we'll just have you turn and turn and turn and turn over and over again until it no longer hurts. And I'm like, that seems like kind of a long way to get to the solution that you've created here. Like, it kind of seems like a really nasty way to do that, because then you're in pain and you're breaking all of your bones over and over and over again. That I feel like it's kind of a roundabout to the end problem here.
Especially since we know that Haley was with Shane at the end of this episode.
Yeah, right.
I know that breaking the sire bond is different. Like, it has a positive outcome, because the sire bond is not good. Like, that has a power differential there.
Yeah.
It was hard, though, in the moment watching Haley and Kim together to not see, I don't remember his name, but Caroline's dad.
Oh, yeah,
and
for sure.
It felt like a indoctrination, like it felt like torture.
Yeah.
In that moment. And I know that they're different, because Caroline's dad was doing it out of hatred and wanting to get rid of that.
Yeah.
But it was just it felt like there's got to be a more efficient way to do this, right?
Like, I get what you're doing here, but geez Louise, right? Like, that's tough. That's pretty tough.
It was not, and I understood by the end why Haley and Tyler and Kim were part of this episode. Like, I got the connection. Yeah. But at first, I was like, y'all are spending a lot of time this episode on this, and I am not getting it.
Yeah.
I do not understand. Haley's pretty, sure, but I don't get it. I would love to know how you felt about Damon and Elena.
I'm in hell. This sucks.
Yeah.
This fucking sucks. Because, like, it does, and unfortunately it does make sense, even though it is painful and annoying and awful. Because even still, like, we've always talked about how, like, it doesn't actually work in practice. It's more interesting as the one that got away, or the the person waiting in the wings but never actually there, and for this to be Elena's very fresh post breakup, and obviously Stefan had that conversation with Damon, and I also love that he was like, don't act like this isn't the best day of your fucking life. Gag him, absolutely. But it isn't until, like, Damon and Elena have this conversation. And also, like, Caroline is getting in here as, like, referee of being like, well, I've always hated him. It's like, okay, you're being a hater.
And she has every right to.
She does, absolutely. She's in the right, for sure. But it's like, damn, okay. And Elena's like, I'm just trying to live my fucking life, and I'm going through shit, okay? Can I just have a fling? Can I just have someone I am, like, somehow destined to be in love with right now, who's also a brother of that other person? Don't worry about it. It's fine. And that you're seeing, too, of, like, this heightened emotion and why the breakup even happened in the first place, and being like, it's always been Damon. Oh, my God. And then the fucking gag of Caroline getting Detective Nancy Drew mode up in here and being like, wait a goddamn minute, Stefan. The math is not mathing here.
Right.
Even if there is a love there, clearly there's another factor here, because Elena's, like, too into it. when Damon has always kind of been available, right? Always kind of ready to go.
Right.
And she's like, well, listen, it's never made sense how she can't feed, like, any one of us. Like, it has to be through the vein directly. The animals don't work. The blood bags even don't work. That's fucking weird. And then also, like, killing Connor and all that stuff, those were all things that at one point or another Damon had said. Maybe not as directive, but, like, it did come from his mouth, right? And she's like, wait a goddamn minute. What if this is, like, we have another sire situation here, but it's Damon and Elena? And that's, mic drop. Okay. Whoa. Hello.
I hate
the implications of that, but I do love it for drama.
I agree. Mm-hmm. It didn't even occur to me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think that it was possible.
Right.
And I don't know why I didn't think it was possible. But I didn't... Maybe because she had blood fed to her before...
Yeah.
that I hadn't thought it was possible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. But I had started to second guess myself when Caroline started listing stuff out. But then Caroline said it herself. She was like, I didn't think that was possible. And so I was like, okay, well maybe I wasn't off for thinking that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
But this is not great.
Right. Yeah, objectively not good.
Objectively not good, because everything leading up to this in the episode was meant to feel romantic.
Yeah.
Well, I would say the moment in the room with April wasn't.
Sure. Yeah.
With the dress, that felt second guessy. But I think Elena, for the most part, this episode was kind of off kilter. But I would say that didn't strike me as abnormal coming off of a breakup.
Totally. Yeah.
That did not feel weird.
She's never been one to really process her emotions that much.
No.
After something anyway.
No.
This is not really shocking information.
But the glances across the dance floor, like it was supposed to feel... You were supposed to remember last year, kind of thing. And I had interpreted, when Damon wasn't worried outwardly about Jeremy, I thought he was, but he wasn't trying to make Elena worried in a public place.
Yeah, I mean, that one did come across as a little shady, but also that is how Damon is.
That's Damon.
Right? Because it's like, historically, him being like, nah, don't worry about it. If I'm not worried, you shouldn't be worried. It's like, that means you should be extra worried.
No, exactly, right?
You need to be the most worried you've ever been in your entire life. You need to burn this place to the ground. But that just didn't seem like a red flag, outside of, obviously, the context of the relationship, but not a Damon red flag of being like, that's kind of his nature, you know? I wouldn't think that's, you know...
Yeah, the biggest red flag for me in that was, like, why did Stefan have service in the caves? Like, what? Why is that a thing?
Right.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? But obviously when you put them all together, of Elena immediately deferring to someone instead of pushing, especially when it comes to Jeremy.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, fuck. That's not great.
Right. Don't love that.
Don't love it, especially when, you know, Caroline is having this red string moment, and it's constantly juxtaposed with Elena, like, ripping Damon's shirt off in this moment.
Right.
And to know that we don't know, and Elena probably doesn't know, how much of this is her own accord. And how much of this is because she now has a tie to him, like a sire bond to him.
Right.
And that makes me feel icky.
Ugh. Yeah, and just the fact that, like, there's no, you know, defining line of that, and it could be all or some, or, you know, little cherry pickings of what is actually like, autonomous or not, is sick and twisted. I hate it.
Yeah, I hate that.
Ugh. What a way to go. Don't love that.
And I hate knowing more, seeing what happened to Kim, that if if Elena wanted to be with Damon without that bond, she would have to essentially, like, hate him first.
Yeah.
She would have to, like, rip all of those emotions out. Mm-hmm. That seems gross. What?
Yeah. Ugh.
So I don't... No. No, thank you. But Stefan obviously seemed happy about that, because he can only imagine Elena in the context of trying to win her over, and not as a human.
Right. It's like, she would make this choice willingly. She's obviously being brainwashed. Like, okay, we can relax a little bit.
I hate you two so much. You are
The
awful
worst.
people.
The fucking worst.
I don't like it. That makes me nervous. That was not how I imagined this episode going. The implications make me concerned. So not great is how I imagine. I'm also now very concerned, because why is Haley working with Shane, and what does that mean?
Just nasty.
I
hate it.
I'm not liking this. I'm not happy with it. I'm concerned, is how I feel. If nothing else, the Ed Sheeran was appropriate. I didn't like it, but it was appropriate for 2012. So it has been a while in this show that I felt this lost on where we are going. We have a lot of different threads right now, and I can see multiple timelines. I feel like fucking Doctor Strange. It is concerning. I'm also very concerned at this next episode. I think we're getting another flashback.
Gosh.
It doesn't seem like it's Civil War, though, so that's progress.
Right.
I don't know why they felt like it was appropriate to have Damon go back into another war, though, so that makes me very concerned.
Brother.
He has not had good history with this, so I'm automatically on edge.
It's not looking good, folks.
No. Next episode is titled We'll Always Have Bourbon Street. And we have cars, so that's nice.
Yeah.
But Damon in the military again just sends up my fight or flight. I'm just so I'm so scared. But we'll be here. We'll be here nonetheless. We have some amazing patrons to thank. Would you like to start us off?
Absolutely. Thank you to Greg Lautner.
Ooh, thank you to April Dobrev.
Boo-boo. Thank you to Kristen Stewart.
Ooh, thank you to Callista Lockwood.
Ow. Thank you to Sean Salvatore.
Ooh, thank you to Megan Pattinson.
Pew pew. Thank you to Katya Karp.
Ooh, thank you to Genevieve Morgan.
Ow. Thank you to Danielle Burke.
Ooh, thank you to Janae Bennett.
Ow. Thank you to Sophia Salinger.
Ooh, thank you to Dan Zeklos.
Ow. Thank you to Emily Ozera.
Ooh, and last but certainly not least, thank you to Jaylene Ivashkov.
Pew pew.
So I have a fanfiction for you. I tried something different today, and I wanted to find the fanfiction on AO3 with the most amount of words.
Oh, shit.
So this is by the author J. Chavez 95. And I didn't intend this, when I found the fan fiction with the most amount of words, but it is titled Alexandria Gilbert. Unfortunately, this has 1.4 million words on it.
Jesus Christ!
And has been, it's been going for 3 years now.
Oh my God!
I know. The summary is: vampires, witches, werewolves, and doppelgangers. Oh my! Oh, also, if y'all have Amazon devices, I'm sorry. All Alexa Gilbert wanted was a quiet life, a free drink, and a party the night away with her friends without being nagged by her twin sister Elena. But the arrival of the mysterious Salvatore brothers may just ruin those plans. Starts Season 1, Episode 1, and this was cross-posted to fanfiction.net. It says that it's currently on Season 4. So I'm reading from Chapter 1, which is titled Pilot. So this is just a snippet for you. Together we walked out of the school and towards the cemetery. It wasn't a long walk, and my twin and I made time go by quicker by talking of happier times. When we reached our parents' graves, Elena sat down and pulled out her diary. I sat down next to her and stared at the gravestones. Despite the cemetery being a sad place, it was peaceful and quiet. So of course, I had to say something, because whenever it was quiet, my mind was immediately transported back to all the time that I spent in the hospital room waiting for my twin to wake up after the accident, of the time that I spent sat by her bedside, terrified that she wouldn't wake up and be okay, to the darkest days of my life so far. "Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad," I whispered, fiddling with a blade of grass in front of me. "First day of school today. Ugh, hated that." End scene.
Dang. Okay.
I don't know. There's something that makes this worse to me than a brooding Elena in a cemetery than two twins. That is somehow scarier. Yeah. Two twins in a cemetery feels more horror to me.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
The idea of a crow coming up against two twins in a cemetery automatically feels like a horror movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you want to read what I think is just an episode by episode retelling of the show.
God, that's the dedication is. I love it.
Then please enjoy. I was not expecting when I saw the fanfiction with the most amount of words on AO3 to be my name in there, but
right.
We persist.
Yeah, you're part of the lore. You're in the universe.
Yeah, that someone had just fucking self-inserted me into the lore without my knowledge. But here we are. So enjoy on there. I am gonna go watch this fucking YouTube video and enjoy my YouTube past. But tell your friends about the show, and as we say here in the Pacific Northwest,
get bit.
Ooh.
Ow.
Into the Twilight is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter at Into the Twilight or on TikTok at Into the Twilight Show. You can find me at Cody Corral on Twitter and Allie at Alexandria Does. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Into the Twilight. We have merch, so much stuff. All those links are in the episode description. And make sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast hosting platform. It really helps the show. Thanks. Bye.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.